the 90s and 80s, and there was mass violence, mass drug use, and all kinds of problems, a lot of child abuse, and CIA propaganda psyops going on against the populace. And rather than like blaming the wrongdoers that are victimizing your children, blaming the wrongdoers that are victimizing their children, they blame their children for falling for it, which is sick and twisted. And a lot of boomers, because the boomers are the people that gave birth to the Gen Xers, a lot of boomers, they had this kind of like perspective on their children, that their children were basically leeches, leeching off of their wealth and leeching off of their success. And so they basically treated their children, rather than as their replacements, they treated their children as their slaves, basically, and treated their children like this way where, like, my child should provide for me, my child needs to take care of me, I'm going to make my kid pay rent to me, which is sick and twisted in my opinion. Like, if I had kids, I'd never make them pay rent to me, because they're supposed to replace me. They're my replacements. I'm only going to be here for another 60 years. By the time I have kids, I'm only going to be here for another 50 maybe, right? So, you know, they're going to replace you. You're not going to be here. What are you going to do with all your money? You need to give all. But instead it's like, let me rob my children of their wealth to make myself more wealthy. And so a lot of Gen Xers have ended up living in a situation where they have to work paycheck to paycheck, to be barely able to scrape by, because their parents showed no nepotism towards them, showed no care or love towards them or affection towards them, and just kind of beat down your own children, beat down your own children, man. That's crazy. Just that phrase is crazy. Beat down your own children, but that's what they did. And so a lot of Gen Xers have just ended up going nowhere in life. Most of the Gen Xers that I know, other than my parents, are like addicted to drugs, strung out, fucked up people, most of them. So it's just like saying that, oh, the reason why they're there is just because they live comfortable lives. They had too much comfort in their lives. It's not true. You have to have a little bit more compassion on people.